What does success look like over and above we successfully placed a candidate?
I think success looks like the value of the feedback that you're able to give to the candidates along the journey. And this was something that I didn't experience, and one of the drivers for me coming into the industry, because as a candidate myself, knocking on the door with executive search for deputy principal roles or beginning principal roles, I often was told that I wasn't the right fit. I never knew what the right fit meant, Summer. I don't know what that means. Am I not the right fit pedagogically? Am I not the right fit gender-wise? Was there a gender profile? Am I not the right age? Am I not the right look? What does that mean, the right fit? And it used to frustrate me as a young leader, not getting the quality feedback so that I could continue to grow and develop and address whatever the areas were that would enable me to have success in the next leadership role. So I think success looks like being able to give quality feedback to candidates when they come out of the process that they can then take away as actual actions to build upon for their next interview experience or for their next leadership role. And that is a key part of our company, and what we do is having enough knowledge around education and schools and enough respect in our field to be able to offer quality feedback to leaders at a principal level, at an executive principal level, and everything in between. And then they can continue to grow and develop from there.
So talk to me about how you have developed that knowledge of education, that deep love of it. You and your family live and breathe education. So I'll talk a little bit about your family shortly. But what is it that you have done to get to this point? If we were to kind of backward map your journey, right now you are a passionate, values-led, knowledgeable CEO who is changing the face of education through putting the right people in the right seats. And in that, students win, young people win, the education system is transformed. But take me back to how you got to this particular place of leading Hutton Consulting and being at the forefront of that education revolution.
Everyone has an interesting journey and story to tell, don't they? And mine started as a music, drama and English teacher in a co-educational school about an hour out of Melbourne. And through my experiences of moving through education, starting as a teacher, then going on to a faculty head, then head of middle school, then deputy principal curriculum and innovation, and then a head of wellbeing position. Through all of the schools that I moved through, there was some unique, I think, set of circumstances that have shaped what I now bring into executive search. And one of those unique factors is that each school, and I was a part of 5 schools, each school changed principal in the time that I was there. So I was at the forefront, if you like, of being a member of staff who saw what the impact of change leadership was on a school when there was a change in the time. And that was really interesting to observe, because I was fortunate to observe 10 leaders in my time over 5 schools that were really different in the way that they led a whole school community. And I'm really grateful to them, actually, for what I've learnt from all of those 10 leaders. What's unique about the journey for me is that I guess educational careers can be quite lineal, and you heard that I've moved through quite in a lineal perspective, this level of responsibility, then the next level, then we got bigger and we got bigger. But when I was at my most recent school, which was Lauriston Girls' School in Armidale, I was in a wellbeing position. And prior to that, I'd held a deputy principal role for a short time. And so when the deputy principal role came up at Lauriston within my own school, that I'd been there for 4.5 years, I thought, wow, this is my opportunity. This role is mine. This
Yes.
is my role. Everyone else can step away now. I'm
You're
ready for this role. I love the school. I still love the school.
Yeah.
And I really felt that I had something to contribute. And I'm really here to say that I went into that interview a little blasé. I did not nail that interview whatsoever. I didn't prepare for it. I think I made the assumption that I would get the role. I certainly felt that I was well known and that I deserved the role, but you're probably going to pick what the defining moment was for me, is that I did not. And it was one of the few times that I had experienced not being successful in something in my life. And I had to really reflect on why I hadn't got that role. And then the person that had been successful, what did that person bring to the table that I was missing? And how would I need to build up my skill set? So that's exactly what happened. The person who was successful, who's a marvellous leader, I might add, had a whole business skill set in their leadership toolkit that I was missing. And so I convinced my principal at Lauriston that I needed 12 months leave, that if I was going to be serious about becoming a principal, I needed some business skills. And fortunately, Susan gave me that permission to step out. And in stepping out, instead of studying business, I ended up starting one because I saw a gap in the market, I saw a need, and I really wanted to go in and work from a development perspective in this area of executive search. And so, to answer your question about being in a passionate educational family, I am married to Peter Hutton. And Peter and I have had very different careers in the sense, both in education but in different sectors. And I believe that with myself now in executive search and Peter working with the Future Schools Alliance on the forefront of innovation, we've actually come full circle as a family because he is trying to change education one school at a time, and I am trying to transform education one leader at a time, or two, or three, or four, or five in a school, and we both are united around our purpose in providing really high quality educational opportunities for all students.